So I'm going to start asking the questions that maybe a little bit, including some of the stereotype like students can easily have. I know Stanford in Silicon Valley is known for entrepreneurship, a lot of resource in there. But what if a student don't want to start their own business? Why should they consider applying to Stanford?
Sure thing. Well, I think you already addressed it, that for many of our schools, you may have heard of a reputation or heard that certain schools may have different strengths. And while there are certainly strengths across many schools, I think you do need to be cautious in kind of the generalities or the stereotypes that you might hear, because as this question alludes to, many of you probably associate Stanford with entrepreneurship. And while we do have a tremendous amount of resources on campus for our students who are interested in entrepreneurship, not everyone who comes to business school at Stanford will go on to start their own business or want to be entrepreneurs. But what's really helpful, I think, that Stanford does provide students, regardless of what industry they're interested in, is that a lot of times the coursework and the resources that you have on campus can teach you that entrepreneurial mindset, right? So it's not necessarily building all of the skills that you need to start your own company, although those are available if that's what you want to do. But if you're just interested in how to tackle problems or how to think about challenges with an innovative mindset, a lot of the things that entrepreneurs and founders need to do, you get a lot of those foundational skills in the classroom at Stanford, but you can actually apply them to a variety of industries. There's really no limit there.
Great, thank you, Kristen. So Jake, my next question is for you. Wharton is certainly well known for its resource and presence in finance industry. What if a student is just not interested in finance?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I wish I was as eloquent as Christine in responding, because I basically insert finance where she said entrepreneurship and innovation and talk about analytics in a similar way. But I think all the points that have been discussed are really relevant. The traditional or reputational name of a school is not all that it offers. So doing your due diligence and learning this match, which so many of these programs are going to do. I think what does make Wharton a little distinctive, or what might be a little bit different in considering, and there's value to the differences here, but among these schools, Wharton is it's the largest size of a class. So we have almost 900 students in our class, and there's some incredible things that happen in terms of the global network that comes as part of that. Not that all these schools don't have incredible global networks, but there's a different sort of experience that having 900 members of your MBA class are than having half of that, for example. But there's also some advantages to having a smaller class size too. So I'm not going to claim that Wharton is better because of its scale, or totally distinguished and unique because we have bi-coastal elements to our program. But these are some of the things that in your research you can learn. And again, we are far more than finance. So I'm done with my rambling. I'm curious what everybody else has to say.
Great, thank you. Rachel, what if I know MIT is a school like a lot of UC Berkeley student would consider. We have a lot of similarities. What if a student just not interested in working in tech?
I predicted this was the question. I was following the theme here. So I totally understand this thought. I would say, a few things. I think that, the one thing that is going to be slightly different with an MIT MBA is that we are interested in quantitative abilities across the board. But that can be shown to us in very different ways. And we do have a very diverse student body that is not necessarily from a tech background or going into a tech background. So though it's not the focus of the MBA program, and it's not the expectation that our students are graduating and moving into the tech field, we do have a lot of technical resources. We do have the chance for our students to cross-register in the broader MIT community, which means collaborating with engineers, finding people who you can co-found organizations with. And so it's part of our story, but definitely not all of it.
Thank you, Rachel. So then I think Ashley, for some reason, is not here yet. I'm sorry for the technical issues. But if Ashley arrives later, Ashley, if I don't see you, can you let me know if you are here? If not, we'll be moving to the next question. Yeah, about Chicago Booth. So Maria, can you tell us what is the benefit of going to MBA directly after undergrad? I know the Yale Silver Scholar program is a little bit unique. It's actually different than regular deferred MBA programs.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll actually start with that, with the structure of the program. So you, just like to all the other 2+2 and deferred programs, you apply to us as a college senior, but we actually enroll you in our full-time MBA program immediately upon completing your undergraduate studies. So what that means is that in August, you arrive on campus, you start your MBA with our entire MBA class, you complete the first year of the program, and then instead of the traditional summer internship that most students complete between the first and the second year of the MBA program, we require you to complete what we call an extended internship or professional work experience. What that really constitutes is working full-time for a year, okay? And after that, you return to campus and complete the second year of the MBA program. So although it sounds like a 3-year structure, it's still the exact same 2-year full-time in residence MBA program that all of our MBA students complete. Okay, the only difference is that instead of the summer internship, you work full-time for a year. And what that means is that you graduate with an MBA degree and some meaningful work experience in between, and you are immediately on par with every MBA student, competing for the same jobs, the same opportunities. So in answer to your question, the benefit here, I think the most obvious benefit is that it really allows you to accelerate your career, okay? Yes, most students follow sort of the traditional track of working for a few years, figuring out what they like, you know, where their interests and passions lie. And so the Silver Scholars program isn't for everyone, right? We are looking for the type of college senior that has a very strong interest in something, passion for something, that has a very clear idea of what they want to do professionally. So if you are the type, I hope you consider the Silver Scholars program.
Great.